Morning News Express keeps rolling on and on. Chris Michaels here. Bob Miller taking a few days off. Dean Carrianis also hanging out with me today. And right now in the studio, have a guest, John Miller. John, how's it going, my friend?
It's going great, Chris. Thank you. So
you're here to talk about the proposed amendment that's going on right now, the right to reproductive freedom. You're big on this amendment. First of all, just kind of introduce yourself and to the listeners who you are and what got you into this.
I'm Frederick County Right to Life President, Chris.
Okay.
And I am not at all big on this. I'm just the opposite.
Right.
It's not what it's going to appear to be or promoted and advertised to be.
Okay. What's your opinion? I know you're totally against this. What's your opinion on it and why are you against it? Just let our listeners know exactly what it is, first of all.
Okay. What it is, it's not being promoted that way, but what it is to remove parents' rights against saying a child of any age can have an abortion or gender change without any right of a parent to say, no, you can't. It's being promoted, as I say, it's advertised as being for abortion. It's being sort of like scaring women into thinking if this amendment doesn't pass, abortion rights could be taken away. There's no way. Abortion's been legal in Maryland since 1991 for any reason up to birth.
So what got you so big onto this amendment? What are your thoughts on it? Why are you so much against it?
Well, Frederick County Right to Life is a chapter of Maryland Right to Life.
Correct.
And our goal was to educate people on the danger, which is not often heard, of abortion.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so this being about abortion, it would enshrine it into the state constitution, but it would also raise taxes. But again, it's the main thing is we don't want to have parents lose their rights on a child's reproductive health at all.
Right. Well, and of course, abortion is such a hot topic, and that's really kind of what separates the right and left nationally. Of course, the Roe v. Wade going back to the states was a big topic for the Democrats, which basically is what they're running on now. The majority of the people you speak to, are they with you on this, or?
Yes. Surprisingly, even people who support abortion don't want their taxes to pay for it.
Right, correct.
And this will happen. Again, so parents could lose rights. Taxes will pay for it. Medicaid would pay 100% for Maryland residents. It would even pay 70% of the cost for an abortion or gender change from people coming from out of state where those are not allowed in their state, like West Virginia.
And here it says, too, you want to preserve the parental rights and custody.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. I didn't bring that up.
Right.
Because their children have been taken away from parents.
Because of this.
Because of that in other states. One in Indiana, one in Montana, and they don't even have this amendment. But because they wouldn't call their child by the pronoun the child asked them to, they took them out of the home, put them in social care. You know, that's a sad thing that it drives me crazy too. Look, you've seen it. I've seen it before where,
parents were getting divorced, and a certain parent might refuse to call them by their pronoun, and the other parent holds that against them in court, and that parent loses custody of that child, and they might be the better parent, but because they refuse to call them by their pronoun, well, they lose custody of that child, and that's sad.
That is very sad. That is very sad. And what this amendment would do is pit a child against their parents, as you're describing.
Yeah, and also, too, protecting children from harmful gender transitions. Look, we know that I've seen, look, in this country, you have to be 18 to vote. You got to be 21 to drink. Yet, you can be in charge of changing your gender at 14 or getting operations at 14, 15. Come on now, that's ridiculous. You're too young to get into that, and it's just crazy to me.
And it can be any age.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to. It's not limited to 14. Any age for gender change or abortion.
I'm a firm believer in not the teachers and the schools not having that discussion with the children. It's something that needs to be discussed with the parents at home. I'm a firm believer in parents raising their children, not the school system. You know, you go to school to learn, get your education, math, reading, science, this, that, and the other thing, not to have your children confide into a teacher of what their sex should be. You know what I mean? How can people get more information on this here? What website can they go to?
healthnotharmmd.org. Health.harm, HAMRMD.org for all of the details. They can also go to Frederick County Right to Life's website, again, for all the details and more.
Okay, do you guys also have meetings, monthly meetings, or?
We have a monthly meeting.
Okay.
Just had one a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. Okay, again, for more information, just head to healthnotharmmd.org. John Miller, thank you so much for being a part of the Morning News Express and letting people know about your cause.
Chris, thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to share this. But again, just a reminder, vote no on question one. Question one, vote no, please.
All right, will do. Thank you again, John. Free Talk 930 WFD. More of the Morning News Express coming up. We've got sports.